What's going on, boys? No guys here. Welcome back to another video. Well, today we have the League One tots. Of course, Neymar made his entry as predicted. There's no way EA are going to have a way without getting Neymar in. But let's go straight into these players because there's actually some awfully good players, both on a high and low. And don't forget, they are on until the 4th of June. Now, let's go through these players individually. We're going to go through their stats. Which players are the most meta, which players are the best, etc. Excuse me for my voice as well, in regards to that. So let's go straight into it. So, the first card I want to go over, so we'll do this, I suppose you can say systematically. We'll do it via footpin. And the first card I'll look at is Neymar. Now, Neymar is going to be top tier value. Unfortunately, it's a cam card. Now, this time last year, I remember there was like this little, there was that thing where you could pay to get the lone icon Neymar, if you guys remember that. But we don't know what his stats are. We're waiting for EA to update them. But the benefit is when something comes out, let's say for example new in a game, what you can do is you go to here and you add go here. You go to create concept player, and this is the way that you normally look at stats. If something comes out you're not too sure, go to concept players and then type in. So because we're looking for the Ligue Untitled, we're going to go to France. And we're going to see them in ascending order. So the first card we have is Mbappe. Now, Mbappe, don't forget there is two variations. Don't forget one of them is of course the Team of the Year variation. So don't get confused with that. So this is obviously the newer one that came out. And I'll be honest, the card that's very interesting because a lot of these cards, don't forget, a lot of these cards are somewhat decent. And some of them are going to be top tier. Like these, like players like Mbappe are obviously going to be top tier. Top tier card, high, low, 5-star, 4-star. Would have been amazing in the game, like a 5-star weak foot upgrade. But let's have a look at it. So player traits, the usual finesse shot trait, outside of foot shot trait, flair. Looks cracked. I'm not even going to, I don't know what else to say to you, to be honest. I'd probably still put an engine on him, or maybe even a finisher. I'd probably lead more towards an engine because people think that, okay, maybe you want a hawk. I would say personally a finisher or an engine. The reason why I would say engine is because I don't really like Mbappe's dribbling as well as everyone else does. Everyone says how good Mbappe's dribbling is. It's not on the same par as Neymar's in my opinion. Unless you use a 5-star skill moves, but that's not realistic dribbling. So that is why I prefer an engine on him. And that's kind of the one I would go with. Get his passing up a little bit. And then I would say get his, his dribbling up. Now Neymar. I would say probably the best card of them all. Yes, I know Mbappe is 97 rated. Still for the 5-star, 5-star. And Mbappe had a 5-star week foot would have been a different situation. But I think the fact that Neymar's got a 5-star, 5-star as normal. And then you put all his stats together. I would say probably lead towards a hawk. I think a hawk or a hunter. I mean, you don't really need a hunter to be honest. But I think a hawk will be the best because you get a little bit of that strength and aggression up. You get the finishing up, of course, to 99. And then, of course, you get the sprint speed. So, yeah, I'll say Hawk will definitely be the way to... It's kind of like last year with Neymar. Hawk was definitely the way to go with. And if there's one card that obviously I'd want... I mean, the problem is I'm looking at his price range. 11 million. I mean, realistically speaking, 11 million price range. He's probably going to be around... It'll be... I'll make this prediction. He'll be the best card in the game. I'll make that prediction. This year, I think he'll be definitely the best card in the game. Better than R9 and everything. But we'll see how that really transpires once he gets used. But in my opinion, he's still one of the best cards in the game. We have Di Maria. No upgrade as well. I wish he did have an upgrade on the weak foot. But high medium. Again, a very, very good card. I will still go towards engine on this card. So just you ideally want to get that balance at 90, guys. I'll be honest. 5 for 11, guys. You need to get 90 balance. Especially in bad gameplay. You need to get 90 balance. That's why I would say put an engine on Di Maria. But another fantastic card, I would say. Outside of foot shot trait. But the only issue is that weak foot does let him down. Maybe the second striker if you're playing a 2-striker formation like a 3-5-2, even as a cam. But I wouldn't see him as the sole striker just simply because that weak foot is just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And I think that's just the most important thing. You know, people are going to disagree with me, but that is fine. DEPAY or DEPAY, as some people like to call him, no 4-star weak foot upgrade either. High low, 5'9". Again, not the best either. He's got everything you really want. I mean, I'll probably say. I'll probably go towards a finisher. I mean, he's got almost maxed out sprint speed anyway. I'd go towards a finisher to get that balance and agility up and get that finishing. I think that would be the best way to go. I mean, it's kind of like the Di Maria example. But because he's high-low, second striker, worthy, yes. He does have outside of foot shot trait. So, yeah, it's a second striker player worthy, but I'll be honest, I wouldn't use him as a first. Still, for me personally, I mean, people think I'm absurd, but I'd rather have gold Neymar than Team of the Season Depay. Now, some of you guys will be thinking, am I crazy? But the truth is, 5-star week, as I mentioned on the first week, second week, and all the way to this day, it's still the most important thing. I don't care about the 85% 4-star weak foot buff. I don't care about it. At the end of the day, you need a 5-star weak foot. Once you have a player and you use some of the 5-star weak foot, it's a different ball game. If you got someone who's got a weak foot, you take a shot on his weak foot, and that's the difference between you losing the ball, you could be in big trouble, and that's why you see open goals being missed. Navas won't be that good. This is the fact he's not the best. Hasn't got a saving feet rate, and he's 6'1". If you got a Ligue team, of course, take him, but I wouldn't say anything special. YEDDER now, top tier sprint speed, top tier finishing and attack positioning. Another, I would say him and Neymar together in striker would be absolute god tier, and maybe like Mbappe behind the 3-5-2. That's the way that I would do it. In this card, probably put a hunter on him. I know he's already got the cracked agility and balance, the cracked finishing, but I'll go with a hunter solid just to get the pace to 99. But he is, maybe you can argue in terms of like comparison to look, Neymar, the only thing edges Neymar above is, I would say, maybe the 5-star skill moves. But the agility and balance alone would be enough for me to say maybe better than Neymar, maybe. Just because he's so short as well and he's so agile on the ball, he's going to be a top tier player. I don't need to say any more, to be honest. I think everyone knows that. And the stamina is actually not that bad. MARQUINHOS, dead honest, he's a good player if you park the bus. But he hasn't got the best agility and balance. I've got the actual SPC MARQUINHOS. I don't know if you guys remember that. He was too slow, too rigid. He had 80 sprint speed or whatever it was, 83 or whatever. I still think that's not enough. With a shadow, you take it to 98. Okay, fine if he's on full chem, but the agility and balance is not good enough. He's a very tall player, 6 foot. You need at least 85 agility and balance. And for me, I would say a no-go. I mean, if you get him, get him. But I would say, same with Jose Fonte, 2-star skill moves. 3-star weak foot, not the best. Medium high, more of a defensive, yes. Maybe a shadow, you put him on him, but again, in my opinion, he's just too slow. You might as well get Renato Sanchez. Aura, I think that is not even the thing card. Is there any other cards that we're looking at? I'm just seeing if there's any other major cards. I mean, we do have I'm just seeing if we've got any other major cards that are probably worth even going over. We do have the Andre card, which is always year on year, always out. Another really good card. The Andre card has always been notorious being good for good CDM play. I used to use him in FIFA 19 actually. I mean, you can see briefly roughly the price over here actually. You can see that Neymar's 9. I mean, Neymar's 11. I knew that to be more expensive than Mbappe. Well, unless people think otherwise, 9. The price 1.1. Di Maria at 500k is not too bad. Andre, let's have a look at Paqueta as well. When you look at the few of these cards, and we look at the sub bench. So there isn't too many. We got Bam, which I'm looking at interesting. See, Andre Silva, you put a shadow on him. The typical OG top tier card, nothing wrong with that. I think we all know that card. A good CDM. Paqueta 400k, not bad, you know. 4-star, medium high, to be honest, with a shadow. I think that's a really good centre mid. I mean, you're comparing him. Well, Renato Sanchez probably be the best person to compare him to, and I mean, if you're talking about the price that he is, I think for sure he's top. You know what? If you can get him in your team, what traits does he have? No outside of foot, no finesse. Lean body type, medium high. Hasn't got the best agility and balance, but the centre mid, it shouldn't be too much issue. I'll definitely go with him on the shadow. I think, and another good card as well, to be fair. I'll be honest, for a left wing back, I know he's a bit short. Well, he's not. He's 5'11". I thought he's 5'6". 5'11". That's actually a really good card. You put a shadow on him. I think that's probably one of the best left backs. You know what? That's a good link to Neymar as well. That's a green link to Neymar. So that is one card that you have to be very much interested in, because that's actually a green link to Neymar as well. Because the issue of that is Neymar, how the hell did you get a guy on full chemistry, par Mbappe? But this is now a new addition. You put him on stay back while attacking. Don't worry too much about the work rates. And I think that is pretty much it. This guy hasn't got the best of balance. Yilmaz, he hasn't got the best of balance. And I think, okay, that's an interesting card, Bamba. A very interesting card. I'd probably go with a tough one. I would say a finisher again. Actually, you don't really need a finisher, to be fair. You probably go with a Deadeye, to be honest. You know, you could probably even play him in a cam with a Deadeye. I think he's already got the agility and balance, to be fair. 5-star skill moves. I think it was 4-star, wasn't he? So they've upgraded him to a 5-star, 4-star. So that is interesting. So 5-star, 4-star. That could be a very good card for left and right, especially like using skills, even as a cam. I think that looks like a very good card. But that is kind of my opinion on Ligue 1 team in the season. Any cheap buys, in my opinion? Tough one. I would say probably the Henrique card. Andre Silva's a really good CDM. And I'll say Paqueta. That's pretty much it. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.